Last night, the parts guy at John Deere gave me $1,000 worth of advice. Let me explain. All right, well, you know, life is life some days. We're bombing across the field. I just blew a wheel bearing out on a planter, and unfortunately I need that. And so I'm meeting the guy at John Deere here in an hour, and it's gonna go through their inventory, but I first got to get the wheel off, and everything's been kind of happening here so quick in the last 40 minutes. We're gonna see if we can get this off, and yes, hopefully Deere has one. Well, let me tell you a story. And a story that started with a wild, crazy adventure and ended just as wild and crazy. Spring 2024, it was a whirlwind of a time frame. And in a lot of ways, I think we wrapped up our best spring we've ever had, which every year you hope you see forward progress. I joke with guys that every year we put the puzzle together a little faster and a little better. And this year, I think we did the best job we ever did. We started actually planting on April 15th. We are May 18th, 19th, 20th, right in there, and we are trying to finish up beans. This is actually Saturday when this takes place. We knew rain was coming in late Sunday night, early Monday morning, and we are just trying to finish up beans. We had about 120 acres to go. Saturday night, that planter that we haven't had a problem with all spring decides it no longer likes me. I have a wheel bearing that decides to exit the hub. Well, needless to say, makes the planter not want to roll that well. Okay, so we got the tire off. Now I'm just trying to get it apart so we can see what part numbers we need so we can go to Deere. Oh, it's that day. You know, it's just that day. So we blow apart a wheel bearing. It's about 5 o'clock on Saturday night, and I'm frantically calling Deere. Of course, they're already gone, so I'm talking to after-hour service. The after-hour guy, who's great. When I was talking to him on the phone, he couldn't figure out which exact planter we had because there's a whole bunch of serial number breaks. And I'm like, hey, how about I just meet you at John Deere in like an hour? And he's like, deal. Leave the field really fast, and I head over to the Deere. And me and the parts guy that night are searching for wheel bearings and races, what they call cups and cones. This era, it's a later model, the 1780, and this model has a bigger tire, which is only used on this planter. And so when we're looking at the parts breakdowns, we're looking at parts availability, there's no place really within 100 miles, 125 miles that has the wheel bearings that we needed. I am just feeling pretty low at this point. You know, like just here I am trying to beat the weather, stay ahead of the weather, and I knew to wrap up beans that night to get all these fields planted. I knew it was gonna be a heck of a run and everything had to fall like dominoes and work perfectly, and here I am with a bad wheel bearing and I'm at Deere and they're telling me they don't got parts, and the nearest parts place is 120-ish plus miles away, and of course it's 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. So yeah, I felt about that big. But I've learned in those situations, like even though it looks grim, yeah, keep going. You never know. Something really cool might happen. All right, well, we struck out at Deere. They didn't have a wheel bearing. They didn't have a hub. They didn't have anything. They told me they weren't going to charge me. How awesome is that, right? That's a pretty good one. Well, anyways, they gave me one tip of advice. They said you could try it. It might work okay without it. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to try it being a wheel short just to see if it won't go. And the parts guy told me, he said, I had heard of guys doing that with corn planters, but he said, I don't know about a bean planter. We're gonna try it. Why not? And that's exactly what happened. We couldn't find anything that matched, and right as we were putting everything away, the parts guy I was dealing with looks at me and goes, you know, I've heard guys taking a chain and chaining up that axle. And he's like, do you think you can do that? I'm like, I don't know, but I'll try it. You know, I will definitely try it. Because I got nothing to lose, right? Like, what's the worst that happens? You break more stuff? Okay. It's 1:53 in the morning. Around 9 o'clock tonight, I finished planting the field that we had started, and then I came down to this field, which is only like 26 acres, but it's very odd shaped and like nothing square. And we were able to finish this field with the axle still chained up. So I'm gonna call that a win for the night. Later tonight, like around 6, they got rain in the forecast. Go figure, right? The only cool thing tonight, man, when that wheel bearing blew apart and John Deere didn't have one, it was kind of just a low blow. Tonight, getting this field done, kind of a punch back at life, so pretty cool. If you can see behind me, we got the roller in the field, and if you can see right there, I'm still missing a tire, but we got like 75 acres planted that we shouldn't have. It's a huge win. The rain, it was supposed to be good rain right now. I got like 4 drops on the windshield, but overall, it's holding off. And so if we can get this done, we're only down to 1 field. So we're gonna see how this goes. Well, you can't really see it. You can a little bit. You can see the one chain. We're cruising down the road in a very slow, mild manner pace because we still got a chain holding up the one axle. But we're headed to the last field. This is just us, and I'm kind of proud. All right, so while we're laughing, if you see the blue cord next to the pickup here, those are booster cables. This seat tender has a key that often gets left on, and in this case it did, but we lucked out. The truck that we needed to have 2 sets of booster cables in it did. Yep. That's a sign. The universe is like, finish this up, and we're like, yes, we will. Oh, heck yeah, but going good. I'll take it. All right, last field, here we go. Got no rain in the forecast till 11, 27 acres. We can do this. I knew it was too good, just snapped the row marker. All right, I think I got more bolts. Hope I got more bolts. Even though this is an inconvenience, so much better than planter crap box. Let me tell you, that one didn't break away like this. All right, so here we are, last 5 acres, awesome feeling. It's kind of funny if you recognize the tree. 2 years ago I sat here. Where I'm headed down that pathway is the last 6 acre field of soybeans for 2022 that I got to plant. We made it. That's kind of my attitude. And I think I said something on the lines of it's been a journey. And 2 years ago we ended one of the crappiest springs I had ever had. We had planters that I was fighting with nonstop and just nothing was quite going as planned. And we got rain like today where the rain disappeared. 2 years ago, the rain appeared like 4 hours earlier than it should. Couldn't get fertilizer, etc. And I just checked my seed boxes here. I got more than enough seed to finish this. So we're gonna go end spring of 2024 well. I had to do the seed hustle shuffle a couple times, but we got it. Beans are done, they're in. And I don't know if you can see this, but we got an amazing moon right there. Kind of a perfect night. Pretty neat feeling. I'm just rolling back in the yard, and I mean, this spring started in a fury and ended in a fury. It really did. I don't know. We started planting on, I believe, April 14th. So this is what you call uncle guidance, meaning you're teaching the next generation how to plant. What do you think? Kind of cool? Yeah? Just finished on May 20th, and pretty neat feeling. We had some rain days in there, obviously, but the really neat thing, last 24 hours, I planted about 115 acres with missing a wheel, running out of seed, yep, all those basic things, lights on the tractor dying. I mean, just all those things, but for the most part, it went really, really well. The last handful of years when we knew we had to do something different as far as a bean planter, and then we were kind of trying to figure out, okay, what's in the budget, what can we swing, what's gonna work, where can we get parts, and we settled on this planter. There's still a lot of unknowns. I mean, I started that very first night, of course, started at night, in the dark, and trying to dial it all in, and I knew by the end of that night, like, hey, this had the potential to be pretty good. We had to work some kinks out of it, get more fluid with it all. But last night just proved to me, like, hey, we nailed it. I was joking around with Adam at noon because we had some issues this morning, and it just looked bleak. Like, there's no way we're going to pull this off because we knew the rain was coming. Luckily, the rain held off, and lo and behold, we were able to actually just, like, knock this out of the park and do it. So, pretty amazing, pretty happy. I'm backing this thing into this parking spot for the night, and going to jump in that semi right there. But overall, just pretty happy with it all. It's kind of always been the attitude around here is like, man, you don't quit until you try everything. When that doesn't work, when everything doesn't work, you open up the dictionary and you find a new word for everything and you try that too. That's what you keep doing. Because man, after that, we really only had maybe another 1 to 2, maybe 3 day window tops to get everything in. So we wrapped everything up that early May 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, right in there. And man, what a great feeling. But when we hit June, it rained, and it rained some more, and it rained some more, and it rained some more. And actually, I got the shop door open. It's about 11 o'clock at night. We're gonna get another rain spell here. I'm gonna shut the shop up in a minute. Just any night in Minnesota when you can have the shop door open, it's a great day. You know, it just is. That day, that time, the parts guy didn't even realize, but he gave me at least $5,000 worth of advice, because if we wouldn't have got those fields planted, oh, it would have been every bit of a $5,000 hit. So it was pretty cool the way it all worked out. And believe me, always be nice to your parts guys, because you never know what advice, even if they don't have the parts for you, you never know what advice they might be able to give you. And that time, he gave me some really good advice.